How do you take this and turn it into these? You need your Cricut, balsa wood. Let's get started.
Okay, so in order to do the balsa tree, go over to your shapes, pick this guy right here, this skinny triangle, and depending on what size you want it, I want them to be 3 sizes. So I want it to be 7.5. Right, and we'll flip this around so that it is, hello, 180, I do believe, there it is. Okay, then what we need to do is we need to get another shape. We need to come down here and get a triangle, not a triangle, a rectangle. We're gonna undo our lock here because we want this thing to be skinny. The balsa wood is like 1/16, which is like 0.0, but something 1.06, but I'm gonna make it 0.1 because I want it kind of skinny, and I'm gonna go 4.5 here. And what we're gonna do, actually, let's make this 5.5. We want it kind of tall so that it will go nicely. And now what we want to do is let's connect these two. We're going to align them. We're going to center them first to make sure it's good in center, and then align at the bottom. There we go. Now what we want to do is come over here to combine, and we're going to say subtract. And it should take out the rectangle, which is exactly what we want. And that's pretty much it. As you can see, you can move it around and all of that goodness. Now, we need to make another one to go with this guy. So we're gonna do it again, and we'll flip him 180. And we're gonna make him 7.5 inches, okay? And then we can go ahead and over here to your right, if you click on rectangle, we can go ahead and duplicate that, which is what we want to do. And we're going to come and again move it over to the other one, but put it at the top this time because they have to sandwich together. So let's put these two together, align again, center, and then align at the top. And there you go. Go over to combine and subtract, and that's it. There are your triangles. And then what's so cool is if you want to make them different sizes, which I have already done, you can just duplicate and then bring it down a couple of inches, and then do the same for this one, duplicate and bring it down a couple of inches. So I have made 3 in 3 different sizes. So again, I'm going to duplicate and make this one 3.5, and I'm going to take this one and I'm going to duplicate it, and I'm going to make it 3.5. Now the rectangles get smaller, but it's okay because if you have to, you can kind of use your craft knife to get in there. But that's it. That is how you make these balsa trees. They are out of this world, too cute. I'm gonna go ahead and save this again. And now I just need to print these 2 guys right here. These I have already printed, so I'm gonna just make them where you can't see them. Hit that little eye thing and it hides them. Or you can probably click, no, okay. Yeah, we'll just click on them and hide them. So it doesn't, show. And we will make it. So when you go to make it, it's going to be on 2 mats, or cut 2 times. Hit continue, and you want to make sure that you use basswood. 1/16 of an inch. And then you want to also make sure that you have your knife blade in your machine. This is the balsa, or well, they say it's basswood, that I use. As long as it's a 1/16, it'll fit through your Cricut. So nice. Okay, and you want to make sure that you tape down your wood. It is very important that you do that. And it'll cut through the tape if, you know, it goes to the tape, your cut lines. But it just will make sure that it is on here sticky, and make sure you use your strong grip mat too with tape. There is a specific blade that you need to use, and it is your knife blade. Alright, so we will just that. Let it come in. It's going to measure your mat to make sure it's the correct mat. And then it will tell you to go ahead and hit the go button, and it will start to cut. It takes quite a while to cut. It takes at least 12 passes to cut it, depending on how sharp your blade is. Like this blade, I probably need to get another one. I've cut out quite a few things with it, but yeah, it will do at least 14 times. It shows you right there, 1 of 14 passes. So just let it go, 3 minutes.
I did end up having to cut the slit a little bit longer than what the Cricut cut it, which is easy enough to do. This wood is very soft and it's easy to cut. You can use a craft knife, a box cutter, an X-Acto knife to get in there. I would even say probably a pair of scissors would work, because it is very easy to cut. But you want to just make sure that the slits go in easily, and the most important part is that the bottom of the tree is flushed. Both pieces are flushed with one another. With the smaller tree, you might have to widen that slit a little bit, which is what I had to do. But again, it's easy to do. It's easy to cut this wood to make it wider if you need to, in order for them to be flushed. I do go ahead and sand it just to knock off any wood particles that may be there from the cutting. And I will seal it with my favorite sealer that I have. I will let it dry overnight, and I will go ahead and take a sander and just lightly buff the sealant off. It's not important to do, really. If you like, the texture would look pretty anyway. I just went ahead and did it, I think probably out of habit, to be honest. Then I'm going to use spackle. I went to Home Depot and got joint compound at the drywall aisle. It was $5 for this huge container. And it works just like modeling paste. I got some stencils out, and I got my favorite ones that I want to use, which is a script and the script, and like they look like baubles, and also the squiggly lines. Again, it doesn't look like modeling paste, but to me, in my opinion, this works better than the modeling paste does. It's a grayish color, and it turns white when it's dry, so you know when it's dry, and it's so much easier to spread than the modeling paste, and it is a fraction of the cost. So to me, it's worth it. Now, I did spackle both sides of every tree because you're going to see all sides. For the big tree and the small tree, I used a mixture of just a green wash. I used green paint with mainly water in it because I did want some of the wood to look out. And then on the bigger tree, I kind of used peacock teal, a lighter teal color, and then a light green color. And I dry brushed. And I really didn't concentrate on where I was putting it. I just dry brushed it where I thought it looked good. I didn't mind if it didn't stay on the stencil part and it got kind of on the tree. I thought that looked kind of groovy and kind of pretty. It's just to play around with it and see what floats your boat. I, even tried a few other colors that I just didn't like. And but once you find the color scheme that you like, it turned out really cool and really pretty. I think this is my favorite one. I love the colors on it. The small tree, I used moon yellow to go over the script words, and then I'll use metallic gold to kind of give it a sheen on it as well. And I'm just dry brushing. And if you put too much on, like you see, I took a paper towel and just kind of wiped it off. But it's so easy, and I really did like it when it got on the tree and not just the script. I thought that looked cool. Now on the medium one, y'all, this one gave me a problem. I used just light buttermilk and water to make the tree white, which I loved. I thought it turned out so cute, but I was thinking in my head to use red, the Nouveau red, like paste, because to me it was like balls, but y'all, it looked like a murder scene. I'm not even going to show y'all that. So I ended up just painting over it again with actually not watered down light butter to knock that red, the pink, it ended up being pink in the end, off. And then I used the green Nouveau paste instead. Shimmer paste, I think is what this is called. And I like that so much better. And then I used just plain titanium white and dry brushed over the bobble looks, the circles. And I like the way this tree came out in the end, but with that red, oh my gosh, it looked like a murder scene. It was awful. Then I sealed them with a glossy coat of varnish. And this is what they ended up looking like. I love them. It's so fun and so easy. Oh, I love this Cricut. I have been playing with it a lot, and it just amazes me. This Cricut maker is just amazing. So I hope that you enjoyed this video. I hope you're enjoying the Craftmas series. If you are, please give this video a like, subscribe, and share it if you wouldn't mind. That will help my channel to grow, and I'd appreciate it. All right, y'all, will see you tomorrow for another